Hello friends, welcome to Pharma. Today we will discuss dexamethasone. Previously I have made videos on local anesthetic, general anesthetic, opioid analgesics, NSAIDs, and this is our third video of dexamethasone and third video of drug of palliative cares. So let's begin our today's video. You can also watch those videos by checking out our playlist. My name is Dr. Mohammad Alhamira. These are my contact details. Generic name dexamethasone. This is the chemical structure and chemical name of dexamethasone. Molecular formula C22H29FO5. Molecular weight 392.5 gram per mole. Drug category corticosteroid, anti-inflammatory agent, glucocorticosteroids. Description: dexamethasone is a synthetic adrenal corticosteroid with potent anti-inflammatory properties. Dexamethasone or MK125 is used to treat endocrine, rheumatic, collagen, dermatologic, allergic, ophthalmic, gastrointestinal, respiratory, hematologic, neoplastic, edematous, and other conditions. It was developed in 1957 and granted FDA approval on 30 October 1958. Dexamethasone was recommended for use in COVID-19 patients with severe respiratory symptoms. Dexamethasone reduced death by approximately one-third in patients requiring ventilation and by one-fifth in those requiring oxygen. It is also used as antenatal steroid administered to pregnant women expecting a preterm birth to prevent infant respiratory distress syndrome in newborns. These are the dosage form and strength of dexamethasone. It is available in tablet form, injection form, elixir or oral solution form. Pharmacology of dexamethasone. Dexamethasone is a corticosteroid that prevents the release of substance in the body that cause inflammation. In addition to binding to specific nuclear steroid receptor, dexamethasone also interferes with NF-κB activation and apoptotic pathways. Dexamethasone has role as an adrenergic agent, an antiemetic, and antineoplastic, an environmental contaminant, a xenobiotic, and immunosuppressive agent, and an anti-inflammatory drug. Mechanism of action: potent glucocorticoid with minimal to no mineralocorticoid activity. So it is unable to attract water because it has no mineralocorticoid activity, as sodium is a mineral and other corticosteroids can those who have mineralocorticoid activity, they attract and have action with water and mineral, and so this is why it is very helpful that it has no mineralocorticoid activity. Decrease inflammation by suppressing migration of polymorphic nuclear leukocyte and reducing capillary permeability, stabilize cell and lysosomal membrane, and increase surfactant synthesis, increase serum vitamin A concentration, and inhibit prostaglandin and pro-inflammatory cytokines, suppress lymphocyte proliferation through direct cytolysis, inhibit mitosis, break down granulocyte aggregates, and improve pulmonary microcirculation. Absorption via intramuscular route is slower than via intravenous route. Oral dexamethasone is approximately 70 to 78% bioavailable in the healthy subjects. Peak serum activity 8 hours intramuscular and 1 to 2 hours per oral. Distribution: dexamethasone is approximately 77% protein bound in plasma. The major the majority of protein bonding is with serum albumin. Dexamethasone does not significantly bind to corticosteroid binding protein. Metabolism: dexamethasone is 6-hydroxylated by CYP3A4 to 6-alpha and 6-beta hydroxy dexamethasone. Dexamethasone is reversibly metabolized to 11-dehydrodexamethasone by corticosteroid 11-beta dehydrogenase isozyme 2 and can also be converted back to dexamethasone by corticosteroid 11-beta dihydrogenase isozyme 1. Metabolized in liver. Excretion is mainly through urine and feces, minimally through feces. Route of elimination: urine. Volume of distribution: 2 liter per kg. Clearance: 20 mg. Oral tablet has clearance of 15.7 liter per hour. Biological half-life 1.8 to 5 hours. Indication: inflammation, multiple sclerosis, cerebral edema, shock, allergic conditions, dexamethasone suppression test, multiple myeloma, COVID-19 disease, chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting, altitude sickness, spinal cord compression, airway edema, crop, meningitis, cerebral edema associated with brain tumor, adrenal cortical hyperfunction test, respiratory distress syndrome in premature babies, inflammatory ocular conditions, ophthalmic post-operative inflammation, macular edema, diabetic macular edema, non-infectious uveitis. Service level category: it is in primary, secondary, and tertiary. It is used in primary, secondary, and tertiary hospitals. It is Schedule B, D, and G drugs. So it is a narcotic item. It is not give without prescription. It is not given without prescription. And secondly, and lastly, it is only available for sale in pharmacies, according to the Punjab Drug Rules 2007. Okay. Now we will discuss its dosage. Adult for information in case of inflammation: 0.75 to 9 mg per day, either route intramuscular, IV or oral, after every 6 to 12 hours. Intra-articular, intralesional or soft tissue: 0.2 to 6 mg per day. In case of multiple sclerosis, 30 mg per day per oral for 1 week and followed by 4 to 12 mg per day for 1 month. Cerebral edema: 10 mg intravenous, then 4 mg intramuscular after every 6 hours until clinical improvement is observed, and may be reduced after 2 to 4 days and gradually discontinue over 5 to 7 days. Shock: 1 to 6 mg per kg IV once and 40 mg IV for after every 2 to 6 hours depending upon the need. Alternatively, or alternate dose can be 20 mg IV, then 3 mg per kg per day by continuous infusion. High dose treatment cannot be continued beyond 48 to 72 hours. Multiple myeloma indicated in combination with other anti-myeloma products. For multiple myeloma, 20 or 40 mg per oral every day on specific days as per specific treat regimen. In case of allergic conditions, for control of severe and incapacitating allergic condition intraceable to adequate trial or of conventional treatment in asthma, atopic dermatitis, contact dermatitis, drug sensitivity reactions, perennial or seasonal allergic rhinitis, and serum sickness. First day 4 to 8 mg intramuscular, second to third day 3 mg per day per oral, divided dose after every 12 hours. Fourth day 1.5 mg per day per oral after every 12 hours, and fifth and sixth day 0.75 mg per day per oral in a single daily dose, and 7-day no treatment. Dexamethasone suppression test, low dose test, screening for Cushing syndrome, overnight 1 mg per oral between 11 p.m. and then on 1, and then on 12 p.m. or midnight, cortisol level test between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. following morning, and standard second day test 0.5 mg per oral after every 6 hours, 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. For 2 days, cortisol level test 6 hours after final dose, 9 a.m. High dose test confirmed Cushing syndrome. In further workup is needed to identify whether hormone excess is a result of Cushing syndrome or other causes. Standard second day test after determination of baseline serum cortisol of or 24 hours, urinary free cortisol 2 mg per oral every 6 hours for 2 days. Urine for free cortisol is collected during test, and serum cortisol is checked 6 hours after final dose. Overnight test after determination of baseline cortisol. Baseline serum cortisol 8 mg typically per oral between 12 p.m. and midnight. Cortisol level test between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. on following morning. IV test after determination of baseline serum cortisol 1 mg per hour by intravenous by continuous IV infusion for 5 to 7 hours. Okay, now this is our dose of COVID-19, which is a pandemic in nowadays. So, National Institute of Health guidelines recommended dexamethasone to reduce mortality in hospitalized patients with COVID-19 disease who are receiving either invasive mechanical ventilation or oxygen alone, but not among those receiving no respiratory support. 6 mg per oral IV every day or up to 10 days or discharge, which come first. Use in addition to standard of care. Chemotherapy induced nausea and vomiting 8 to 12 mg per oral IV alone or in combination with other antiemetics before chemotherapy, then 8 mg per oral IV after every 24 hours for 1 to 3 days after chemotherapy, 2 to 4 days. Altitude sickness prophylaxis 2 mg per oral after every 6 hours and 4 mg per oral after every 12 hours beginning on the day of ascent and may be discontinued after 2 to 3 days at same elevation or initiation of descent. Treatment acute mountain sickness AMS 4 mg per oral IV intramuscular or per oral every 6 hours. High altitude cerebral edema 8 mg once, followed by 4 mg per oral IV intramuscular every 6 hours until symptoms resolve. Okay, spinal cord compression 10 to 100 mg IV, then 2 to 24 mg IV after every 6 hours during radiation therapy, and then tapered. Okay, now this will be the dose regimen or medicine which will be given to childs or pediatric patients. Airway edema 2, 0.5 mg to 2 mg per kg per day per oral IV intramuscular divided dose 6 hours starting 24 hours before extubation and continue for 4 to 6 dose afterwards. Crop, or also known as barking cough, 0.6 mg per kg per oral IV intramuscular once, not exceed 16 mg. Inflammation, 0.08 to 0.03 mg per kg per day IV per oral intramuscular intramuscular divided after every 6 hours or 12 hours. Meningitis, if the patient is more than 6 weeks, then 0.6 mg per kg per day IV divided after every 6 hours for first 2 to 4 days of antibiotic therapy, starting 10-20 minutes before or simultaneously with the first antibiotic dose. Cerebral edema associated with brain tumor, 1 to 2 mg per kg IV intramuscular once. Maintenance is 1 to 1.5 mg per kg per day IV intramuscular divided every 4 to 6 hours and not exceed 16 mg per day. Spinal cord compression, 2 mg per kg per day IV divided after every 6 hours. Adrenal cortical hyperfunction test, after determination of baseline cortisol level 1 mg per oral at bedtime. Plasma cortisol level then determined at 8 am on following morning. Level will be decreased in normal individuals but at baseline level in Cushing syndrome. Respiratory distress syndrome in premature infants or antenatal corticosteroids for preterm birth. Prophylaxis, 8 mg intramuscular after every 8 hours administered to mothers for 2 days before delivery, or alternate 6 mg intramuscular after every 12 hours administered to mother in 4 doses, indicated in 24th to 36 week of gestation in condition that may lead to immediate delivery due to placenta previa, abatoplacenta, vesa previa, preterm rupture of membrane, severe preeclampsia, or delivery risk in next 7 days between 24th to 34th week of gestation. Okay, now this is our ophthalmic dose of dexamethasone. Inflammatory ocular condition, mild disease, instill 1 to 2 drops in conjunctival sac after every 4 to 6 hours and taper the frequency as symptoms subside. In severe disease, 1 to 2 drops of in conjunctival sac. You may use hourly and taper the dose to discontinue as the inflammation subside. Intraocular dose of dexamethasone, ophthalmic post-operative inflammation indicated for intraocular administration to treat post-operative inflammation, 0.005 ml of 9% suspension, 517 microgram as a single dose administered intraocularly in posterior chamber at the end of surgery. Okay, intravitreal implant, macular edema, treatment of macular edema following branch of retinal vein occlusion or central retinal vein occlusion, and diabetic macular edema and non-infectious uveitis. All of these have same dose, which is one implant insert into effective eye by intravitreal injection. So there is only one dose or dose regimen, you can say, that you can insert one intravitreal implant in case of non-infectious uveitis, diabetic macular edema, or macular edema. So administration, IV preparation, standard diluent is used, 4 mg per 4 mg per 4 mg per 50 ml 5% dextrose water, or 10 mg 50 ml 5% dextrose water. Maximum volume 50 ml in 5% dextrose water. Dexamethasone per ml injection should be clear and colorless. IV in case of IV and intramuscular administration, dexamethasone sodium phosphate administered by IV push, continuous infusion or immediate IV infusion, or intramuscular. Acetate injection administered only intramuscular, administered IV at 5 to 10 minutes bolus. Okay, compatibilities. A solution 5% dextrose normal saline. Additive include aminophylline, bylomycin, cimetidine, verapamil, ranitidine, furosemide. Syringe include caffeine, ondansetron, ranitidine, Wisite, cisplatin, phenylethyl, famotidine, hydrocortisone, propofol, sodium bicarbonate. Incompatibilities: amikacin, vancomycin additive, and in syringe, doxapram, glycopyrrolate, Wisite, ciprofloxacin, phenodol, and methotrexate or midazolam. Stability: protect from light, protect from freezing. Tablets, vial, or elixir stored at room temperature from 20 to 25 degree. Contraindications: systemic fungal infection documented, hypersensitivity, cerebral malaria, administration of live attenuated vaccine in contraindicated in patient receiving immunosuppressive dose of corticosteroids. Precaution: use with caution in cirrhosis, menesthesia gravis, peptic ulcer disease. Literature reports suggest apparent association between the use of corticosteroid and left ventricular free wall rupture after recent myocardial infarction. Therapy with corticosteroid should be used with great caution in these patients. Corticosteroid can produce reversible hypothalamic pituitary and renal axis suppression with potential for glucocorticosteroid insufficiency after withdrawal of the treatment. Other precautions include minimal mineralocorticoid activity. Myopathy has been reported delay wound healing. Latent tuberculosis may be reactive, may affect velocity growth in children, and it should be monitored closely. Toxicity: lowest published toxic dose is 4.76 mg per kg for 18 days. Toxicity signs: glaucoma, hypertension, water retention, peptic ulcer, pancreatitis, myopathy, osteoporosis, mood changes, psychosis, dermal atrophy, growth suppression, secondary adrenal insufficiency, metabolic acidosis. Antidote: overdose may be treated by adjusting the dose or stopping the corticosteroid, as well as initiating symptomatic and supportive treatment. Pregnancy category C: corticosteroid can readily cross the placenta. Adverse developmental outcomes including orofacial cleft lip, or with or without cleft plate, intrauterine growth restriction, and decreased birth weight have been reported with maternal use of corticosteroid during pregnancy. Dexamethasone is drug of choice for fetal respiratory distress. The lowest possible steroid dose needed to control disease activity should be used in pregnancy. Lactation: systematically administered corticosteroid appear in human blood and human milk and could suppress growth, interfere with endogenous corticosteroid production, or cause other untoward effect. Advise women to breastfeed during treatment. Advise women do not breastfeed during treatment and for 2 weeks after the last dose. Interactions: 665 drugs are known to be interacted with dexamethasone. 110 major drug interactions, 504 moderate drug interactions, 51 minor drug interactions. Examples include warfarin, diabetic medications, antifungal medications, and NSAIDs. Adverse effects: pulmonary edema, tachycardia, thrombolism, acne, allergic dermatitis, dry scaly skin, impaired wound healing, glucose tolerance, hyperglycemia, glucosuria, rheumatism, abdominal distension, hepatomegaly, nausea, pancreatitis, peptic ulcer, convulsion, depressions, mood instability, euphoria, headache, abnormal fat deposit, decreased resistance to infections, hiccup, increase or decrease mortality and number of spermatozoa, malaise, moon phase, weight gain. Brand name: in Pakistan it is available Decadron injection 4 mg per 5 ml, 1 ampule and 5 ml ampule. Dexamethasone tablet 0.5 mg and injection 4 mg per ml and Decort injection of 4 mg per ml. These are the references of all the content in this video. Medscape, drugs.com, FDA, PubChem, and Pharma Guide, page number 270 and edition 24th. If you like our content, subscribe our channel and share the videos with your fellows. I hope you like today's video. Thanks for watching.